What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I need power. I mean big time need power. So let's crack on and find some, shall we? Like I said, I need power. Now, I've been out and about. I'm always out and about. I'm full-time wild. I'm always off-grid, you know. But the last week and a half, I've been at pub stops, meeting friends and seeing loads of people here, there and everywhere. Being really sociable, to be fair, which has been absolutely fantastic. But I've been like, driven to a pub, stopped for about 3 or 4 days, driven to another pub, stopped for 3 or 4 days, and then another one, and then again stopped. So as it stands right now, I am at 23%. So I am currently down, as you can see there, 373 amps. My EcoFlow Delta Pro is completely flat. I've used that to recharge some of the motorhome a couple of days back. And yeah, now I am down. I'm down in the dumps. Obviously, I'm not going to be getting solar in this time of year. I'd have to drive for probably about, I don't know, 9 hours to refill the van at the moment because I'm only getting about 50 amps an hour when I'm driving. So we're going to go and find a charger. So let's hit the road and let's do it. Right, so I'm just leaving the pub stop now, which is an absolute corker of a pub stop, to be fair. It's the Fumes in Chippenham. Now, it is a Sunday and it is just about 4 o'clock. So going to a campsite is pretty much not gonna happen. But we don't need a campsite. We don't need one of those. I love campsites. I use campsites quite often now. I use them for like my chore days when I'm gonna go do the washing, empty the tanks, refill the tanks, and all this and that, empty the toilet cassette. They're perfect for that, and they're perfect for stopping still for a couple of days. Going to a campsite to then recharge does make sense, but then if I don't need to do my laundry, I don't need to do, I don't need to empty the tanks, I don't need to wash, fill the tanks. So that's where the Juicy Brucey comes in, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be using the Juicy Brucey to recharge everything, and then we're going to see how much it costs, because I am going to be recharging the lot, everything, and I'm going to be using a lot of power. Now, I believe there is a charging point about 2 miles from where I am right now. I mean, it was about 5 miles from my location, so I haven't done much driving from the pub. I really haven't, but we're gonna get there, see if we can get on the old charging, and hopefully put some power back in the Lander. Right, this is Tesco's. So let me just show you where I am. Now, like I say, it is Sunday, and it is now 4:15. So here are the charging points. Now, I'm not in one of the actual bays. Now, the store's shut. The site's empty. There's no one here. There's a lorry there ready to deliver, but apart from that, there's nothing here. Now, I could have parked there, but you've got that sign way hanging into the space. Someone's already clumped it before. That is a real stupid sign like that. Not really that tall. There's the pod point. That's what I need to hook up to. Motorhome's there, my charging spot. The Juicy Brucey cable is 10 meters, so it should reach this, not a problem. And then I'm still leaving plenty of charging spots for other people to charge. Not getting in their way at all, not doing any of that. So they can all still charge if they're charging. I need to quickly hook it up and then go around and see if there is a charge to stay here more than 3 hours. So let's do it, shall we? Plugged in there, plugged into the pod point over there. Cable's all run. Now this is probably the longest I've run the cable, and granted it's dangling a little bit. I've made it as neat as possible over here. I've run it in between these 2 poles here, so it's, you know, tucked away a bit, and then yeah, it is dangling there, granted that. So if someone did come and park here, then yeah, it'd be in their way. But one, that's a normal space, so if someone wants EV charging, they're going to park in the EV charging spots here. 2, if they just want a normal space, I think they've got plenty to choose from. They'd be very petty to take that one space. Anyway, we are now charging. We're currently at 26%. We've got 96 amps going in, and I'm currently 355 amps down. So we've got a lot of charging to get on, and then we've got to charge the EcoFlow and various other bits and bobs in the motorhome. What I now need to do is go and find and have a little look around the car park, see if there's a sign to say, hey, would you like to park for more than 3 hours? If so, use this app and pay us some money. I'm gonna have a little look around. I can't see any signs. There's a sign on the post down there, so I'm gonna walk down to that one. I think they're just like park at your own responsibility. Park at your own risk, not your own well, it is your own responsibility, but park at your own risk kind of signs. Yeah, this sign isn't anything that regards us. We are not antisocial drivers. Basically what it's saying is, don't be a dick. And that is it, really. The sign could be so much shorter, so simple, you know, but hey, we have to be polite. I can't see an ANPR camera anywhere around here, and this looks like a shared entrance, because that's for deliveries for Tesco's. That goes all the way around down there for the Tesco's deliveries. But that turning off there goes into that industrial estate over there. So if there was an ANPR machine here, that would capture everyone going in there. So the ANPR machine would have to be around here, and I can't see anything. I think it's that old saying, risk it for a chocolate biscuit. I think we should be good here for the night. So I'm gonna charge for the next God knows how many hours. I've got about £10–11 credit on the pod point, so that will do us more than enough. And yeah, we're gonna get charging. Gonna go into my home now, get the heating on, start chilling out, doing a few pot around, do a few things. I've got quite a bit to do on the computer, and think about something to eat, I suppose. Shops are shut, but yeah, I'll figure something out. One thing I did want to mention, because I've seen the cables being more popular. Now I know Bruce has made a fantastic cable here, and it is, I couldn't recommend it enough. I really couldn't. So much so that he set me up a discount code, which is still live for you guys if you do want to get one. I think it gives you 15 quid off the cable if you use the code URBAN. I'll put all the links in the description, and you can scan the QR code up here. But anyway, what I've seen some people get these. They're like a cable which is about 2 foot, but it's basically some of the other cables out there. They're basically the gun, and they go to about here, and then they've got a connection for your normal hookup lead on campsites, which you should not be using. You have to use the proper cable for multiple reasons, and I know if there is any major questions, Bruce will jump in and answer them on this video, because I'll just say, hey Bruce, you need to go over there and answer some questions. You're much more technical minded than I am. But this cable right here is heavy duty, and it's meant to be used on the tarmac. It's like abrasive resistant. There's an actual word, and if I can remember it, then I'll put it on the screen now. But it's the cable that the companies that are supplying the power, these people like PodPoint, they're the cables that they want you to use. If you don't use this cable, you're breaking their terms and conditions, which then means they're going to get wound up, and then they're going to ban us. So we don't want that. So the normal cables for hookup on campsites, your normal camping cables, like your orange cable, mind you, they are 25 meters, which will be great. You could, you know, reach half of the car park, but they're not built for the tarmac, and they're not built to be abrasive resistant as much as these cables are. So, you know, if something happens here, it's protected, whereas the other one isn't. It's meant to be on a campsite which is nice luscious green grass or a couple of little stones. It's not built for this. The bottom line is, these people make the rules. This cable follows the rules. Your orange hookup cables don't follow the rules. And that's it, basically. Again, I go back to the previous 3 words. Don't be a dick, and we'll be all right, you know. If we use these wisely, and we use the correct cables, and we use them considerately, like I'm not parked in a proper space, If someone come along now and they need that specific one for whatever reason and they're in an electric car, I'll let them have it. I'll wait for them. They need their electric for their actual car to drive somewhere. I'm good. I can stay here for an indefinite period of time, really, because I've got my house. So, you know, if any situation like that arose, I would be submissive. I'd just walk away, let them crack on. I'll find somewhere else, or I'll wait. But yeah, please don't get knockoff cables, because one, it's just not worth the risk of your motorhome or anything like that going wrong, and two, they don't comply with the power companies, what they want you to use for safety reasons. There we go. Simple as that. It almost sounds like I know what I'm talking about. Almost, just a little bit. It looks like an AV car is pulling in next to me. I thought it was a van. And they were going to come and talk to me, but no, it looks like a Tesla. So they're going to park there. You all good, yeah, mate? I'm not in your way, am I?
No, not at all, mate, no.
Nice one, cheers, mate.
For these ones, you need your own cable, and someone nicked mine, so I haven't got one, so I don't know if these will fit or not.
Do you need a light or anything? Do you need a torch?
That's all right, I've got one. Thanks, mate.
No worries, mate. Yeah, he's all good. I just made sure I'm not in the way. You know, polite, pleasant, it gets you miles. But I have been pottering around, sorting all the files on the laptop, all that interesting stuff. The laptop is now busy uploading as fast as it can on the internet what I've got. Yeah, it's pretty chill evening. Let's have a look at the power situation. So currently at 97%, which is beautiful. And the Pro is currently at 100%. I'm just charging a few other little bits and bobs. He's gone. He said his cable's been nicked and you need your own cables. So yeah, he hasn't got a cable to fit. That's brutal. Getting your cable nicked and then you can't charge. That's not a good situation to be in with an electric vehicle. Not at all. Now it's time to deal with the food situation. I've been looking online and I found a kebab shop and they can deliver. So I'm going to order that and get it delivered here. Uber Eats doing a deal at the moment, actually. Well, not a deal for me, a deal for you. If I give you my code, then you get £10 off your first order. So if any of you, I'm pretty sure there's not many of you, but if any of you haven't used Uber, or if you use Uber but the missus hasn't signed up on Uber, then get the missus to use her phone and sign up on Uber. Use the code that you'll see on screen now, and then you get £10 off your first order. As a bonus, right? That's a winner. Whatever dinner. So I'm going to order myself a kebab, get that delivered here, and then yeah, see how it arrives. I mean, I'm just going to put in the description Tesco's car park, the big motorhome next to the electric charging. It should arrive. I can't see why there'd be a problem, but yeah, gonna give it a go and then get me some food. The order is in. I got. You need to do a certain order for the delivery charge, right? So I've got an extra large kebab coming with an extra pita and some pots of sauce. And there was an option. Like I say, you have to make up the order price, right? There was an option for fried onions. Fried onions on a kebab. Yes, please. This is gonna be good. I hope. Hello, mate. Good, mate, you? Yeah, thanks very much. Have a good evening, yeah? Nice one. How easy is that? Straight to the door. No house, no problem. I know I've ordered an extra large kebab, but not had it delivered like this before. It'll be interesting. Whoa, ha. Look at that. Yes, please. Dining like a king tonight. Yeah. I am so ready for this. Now look at this setup. I'm charging out there. The green light is on. Is there any better way to spend a Sunday night? Oh, look at that. Everything's charging. I'm stuffing my face. I'm going to watch the last episode of Breaking Bad. I've gone through that again. I haven't watched it for a long time. And yeah, it's a classic. It's brilliant. Heisenberg. But I think I'm going to watch Better Call Saul after this. I've not watched that ever. Have you guys watched it? Let me know in the comments. Is it worth it? Is it worth watching Better Call Saul? I think it could be. It could be. But if you're watching anything new, movies or TV shows, drop in the comments below. I love adding them to my list. You guys are legends at finding great stuff. So yeah, drop them in the comments, and then I'm going to stuff my face, watch the last episode, and then we're going to move the motorhome, ready to get some sleep. And we've got to go through how much money it costs for the electricity. Whoo! Now that was good. Not the best kebab in the world, but pretty fair to be honest. And yeah, way too much. I mean, look, I've got definitely loads left for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, way too much for me to eat just for dinner. So I've got my lunch already sorted for tomorrow. I love that. Right, it has just gone 10:10. Pretty much charged everything I can think of charging. I'm going to try and wait 5-10 minutes, see if the rain stops, and then I'm going to unplug and find somewhere else in the car park to park. This is a little bit of a slope downwards, and see if I can go maybe against one of the near one of the trolley bays. It's safe to say it's pretty grim out. Right, let's get this cable unplugged and put away. You can just see how quality of a cable it is. It really is. It's proper heavy duty, but still supple. It's not a pain in the backside to ravel up, to wind up. It's quite as much as a wire could be a pleasure, it's quite a pleasure to wrap up. That's me unplugged. The charging cable's all wrapped up. I've moved spot. I'm now parked up, ready to go to bed. Now, I said I was going to go through the numbers, but I'm going to be like a good YouTuber, and I'm going to hold you to the morning. I'm going to hit the hay, and in the morning I'll show you where I've moved the motorhome to, and I'll go through all the numbers on how much 6 hours of charging cost me. I'll catch you in the morning. This is where I parked up last night. So I didn't move far. The electric charging's just down there, and then I am here. Pretty simple, really. No real drama. There we go. There's the land yacht. Them signs are a real pain because they overhang so much, so you can't really use them 4 spaces. But yeah, all parked up nice. No hassle whatsoever last night. No noise. No one knocks. Nothing. Perfect night's sleep. Right. I don't know about you, but I want to jump in and talk about the scores on the doors electric wise. Right, I know I've kept you all on tenterhooks and I've kept you waiting, but there was a reason. I needed to verify what I've seen, and it'll make sense in a moment. So I unplugged last night, and I'm ready to look on the app and then tell you guys, oh, I spent this many hours charging, I charged for this many kilowatt hours, and it cost me XYZ. Didn't really go like that. That's why I put it off last night, and then I sent Bruce a message, who made the Juicy Brucey, and it turns out I don't know how, and he doesn't know how. I think it might be something to do with the charger. There's something maybe wrong with it, or I don't know, but this is what I paid. It was free. I was charging for, 5 hours, 58 minutes. So 6 hours I was charging, and it was free. It hasn't charged me a penny. How good is that? It doesn't say how many kilowatt hours I used. Now, we know I was about 25% when I came in on the HAB batteries. My Delta Pro was completely flat, and I've got a Delta 2 Max with me, which was flat, and then I've used electricity whilst in the motorhome. So I'm estimating between I would say I would be under 12 kilowatt hours. So 12 kilowatt hours, and this park up should have, if we then do those 12 kilowatt hours, because it does tell you how much it is per kilowatt. On the charger I used, the kilowatts is 49p per kilowatt hour. So let's just say 50. So that would have been £6. So even if I did get charged, which I was fully expecting to, I didn't know it was gonna be free. If it was free, I'd have done way more. I don't know how, but I would have, I don't know, I'd have been like, hey, this is a free energy video, you know. I would have been bigging it all up large style in the intro and all that. So it would have only been £6 if I'd used 12 kilowatts. Now I reckon I'd have probably been between the 10 and 11 kilowatt hours, to be fair, but let's just say 12, because I was using quite a lot of power yesterday and I was doing bits and bobs. And like I say, I charged everything. I'm not 100% now. I think I'm like 89% on the hab. I used some last night. But yeah, it's all good. But so this park up was absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to give you the what free words, because I know you're all going to want it. I know you're all going to want it, because not only have I not paid for the car park, because there was no, like, we went round for a walk together. There was no AMPR machines. There's no signs. I couldn't find anything. Now, if I do get a ticket for whatever reason later on, then I will update you all. But I can't see that happening at all. So let's just find the what free words. Here we go. Punt tadpole report. There we go. You got it. Punt tadpole report. So that is the what free words of this Tesco's that I'm in. Yeah, I mean, it didn't cost me anything to charge here, and it didn't cost me anything to park here. I can't say that that'll be like that for long. I really can't. That was probably a one-off, you know, cheeky winner chicken dinner kind of thing. But yeah, that was brilliant. The Juicy Brucey cable is absolutely incredible. It's a staple within my van life arsenal now. It really is, because on a Sunday I know I can just come along. I know it's like once a week, but it can, you know, you can get into that routine of, you know, I don't need to go to a campsite. I don't need to pay for a campsite. I can just pay for the electricity I use. So even if I did pay last night, it was £6 rather than maybe £20-30 for a campsite, and it was perfectly fine. No one bothered me. I wasn't in anyone's way. I come when the store was shut, so I'm not bothering anyone, and it was, yeah, perfectly fine. So I definitely recommend you grab a Juicy Brucey if you're going to be doing some long trips, or you're power hungry, or you're going full time. It's such a great investment. And like I say, Bruce has been a legend and given me a £15 discount code for you guys, which is Urban. So if you use the code Urban, or scan the QR code here or click the link in the description, you'll go over to Bruce's website where you can order the cable and get yourself £15 off. So yeah, grab that while you can. It is perfect for, you know, from autumn until spring. It is absolutely golden, because we all know solar is not great this time of year. It really isn't, and yeah, it just adds a little bit more peace of mind to your full-time living van life. Now I'm going to go and jump into Tesco's, grab a few bits. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments, questions about the Juicy Brucey, about me living full-time, about anything like this, then do drop them in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.